Good morning, America. How are you? Am I still your favorite podcaster and do you still love me? What is going on, America? I'm so happy today. I got good news. Hey, it's okay. I'll be right back. I'm going to go share that I'm live to a certain few places. I'll be right back. Okay, guys. Man, I got good news and I got some weird news. I'm going to start with the good. So, it is true. I hired an attorney firm and I paid them. They went in and researched my case and they came back and told me it's guaranteed 100% that I can get a full expungement on certain particulars in my record. And the judge being married to the DA was absolutely imperative on that. And I can tell you this, within 3 months, I'm going to have a clean record, no felonies on it whatsoever. And that's great news right there in and of itself. So, just because the court back up here and all of that, you got to pay them a little more money and all of that. So that's good news. That's great news. Fantastic. So also, I saw the Asian Black Eagle again this morning, right after I quit live streaming, wouldn't you know it. He's definitely nesting out back, and I have a good idea which clump of trees he's in back there now, too. I seen this bird take off. He's a black bird. I thought, well, it's not that big. So I thought it might be one of those common black hawks. Or it could be, as he came out of the tree, you could really see that he's really dark black, like whatever you call it, kind of black color. He's jet black. That's what you call it, right? So then my mind said to myself, well, must be the Texas black vulture, which all vultures are eagles. Even the condors are eagles, in case y'all didn't know that. So anyway, he flew right over the roof of this house, and I'm sitting on the back patio to my bedroom, which is on the second floor. And I got a good close-up look at this bird. Like, he wasn't probably 20 feet above my head. Even at 30, I mean, I could distinctively see every little mark in his feathers. So I contacted, even though I didn't get a picture of him, I tried to get a picture of him, just a picture, please. And I hit it and picked up. He's gone over the roof by, that quick. I did finally, since this is the second time I saw him, and I know absolutely beyond a shadow of a doubt, that bird only matches one bird on the planet. And that is the South Asian black eagle. What he's doing here, I don't know. How did he get here? I got a good idea. He probably hopped a ride on one of them damn boats and made his way over here. How about that? Or maybe a couple of boats, who knows? But he is here. And if I could get him on a live stream, I will be the first American to get a wild Asian black eagle on a live stream here in the United States or anywhere in the Americas. I'm also hoping that Jaguar Rooney pops his head out so I get him on a live stream. So I got 2 items that I'm working on here as far as, you know, my little wildlife hobby is concerned. So that's cool. It's good. It's a good hobby. If you find you a good hobby like that, why not? It's clean. It's something that is enjoyable. You will get pleasure out of that type of activity. I do, and so I can tell you firsthand. But I did call the local guy here. It turned out it's the same guy, and that I talked to in the past, and he never did receive the video of the Jaguar Rooney. So I sent him the video, and he said it just wasn't clear enough for him to be able to convince others that it is in fact a Jaguar Rooney. But he understands that everybody would look at this cat and know that it's not a domesticated cat, but you know, is what it is. I need to get a better video of the cat, and that's what I'm trying to do. I do have a brand new telescope on the way, and it is made so that your cell phone can fit onto this bad boy, and it can reach out 400 meters, and you won't see nothing but the bird like you're sitting 4 feet away from him with your camera, kind of thing. You'll be up close and personal, in other words, like the tree across the field. If there's a bird lands in that tree, yeah, you're gonna get a good look at what kind of bird that is. So I'm excited about that, but that won't make it here at my house for another 2 to 3 weeks, and that's fine. I'm not in no hurry. I got patience. I wish it were here today, but you know, other than that, what can you do? And so I went and got a picture of this Asian eagle off the internet, and I also sent that picture to this guy, and I said, that is the exact bird that I saw before a few months ago, well, 2 months ago, and also this morning. And now, if I'm mistaken here, and there's another bird that looks exactly like that bird right there, beak and all, could you help me out in identifying this bird? And the guy came back to me and he said, yeah, I'm sitting here in a room of people listening to you because of that Jaguar Rooney video, and thank you for that, they said. But also, while I was talking about this bird, they were all Googling what bird could it be based off my description, and they all agreed 100% that it would have to be the South Asian black eagle. So if I could get a picture of this thing, I will be able to prove that that bird does also exist right here in Texas. That's pretty cool, guys. It's big news, because this bird is one awesome, beautiful young eagle. He's not that old. He's a younger eagle, and there are ways you could tell. But anyway, so now I'm looking at, I'll make history books that way. I'll get him on a live stream video. So now I know he likes to take out in the morning about between, about 8:39 a.m. in the morning. So I'm going to be out every morning looking for him on the patio. And then I'm also going to be out every afternoon waiting for that Jaguar Rooney to pop his head up and come say hello. And I think that's pretty cool, don't you guys? So this eagle, if you Google it, has a black beak. His entire body is jet black, period. Except for his little leggies. They're grayish type color. There is no yellow on the beak. That was the first question they asked me. And no, there's no yellow on the beak. The entire bird is black except for its eyes. Has yellow eyes. And there's only one bird that's that size that fits the description of this bird, and that's the Asian black eagle. So I did nail it there, guys. I did identify the bird properly. And I was also able to make them aware that they can notate that a witness has seen this bird 2 times. Now, to get definitive proof that the bird exists, well, I got to get a picture of the bird, or I got to get a video, or I got to get him online. And once I do that, then I've proven that that bird does exist here, live here, and hunts here. And that is all kinds of awesome, guys. We got a brand new bird in Texas. And, you know, in the future, your kids will be seeing this bird most likely. Pretty awesome bird. Awesome looking eagle. I don't know much about its characteristics other than it doesn't seem like it's a real high altitude hunting bird. It might be. I don't know. You go look it up and tell me. I haven't done any research on the bird's characteristics yet, because my primary goal is simply to get it in a video to prove that it does exist here, and that it has migrated here, and that we're going to get to enjoy the Asian black eagle for some years to come. And technically, I did get him on a video, but he's so small in that fucking video because he's so far away, it's not definitive proof. So it's not accepted as a video that would prove that that bird exists here. However, if I sit on my porch and wait patiently every morning, I feel very confident that's my most likely opportunity to get him in a live stream. Now, here's where that telescope will come in handy. When I get that telescope, should be here within 2-3 weeks, I'll be able to zoom in on them trees. And if I see his ass in a tree perched up, that'll be definitive proof that he does exist here, because I'll have him on freaking live stream, dig? So I'm excited about getting the telescope here, number one, because that's going to help me reach out further and get really good pictures of the birds and maybe even the jaguar arundi. From Commie, Illinois, here, bored. Okay, John B. Oh, Johnny B. What's up, baby? Yeah, how you been doing? I hope all is good. I hope you picked up some good hobbies and whatnot yourself. I'm real good, Johnny B. They're gonna my case is fully expungible. They're gonna expunge that sucker all the way off my record, including the arrest for it. So in 3 months, I'm gonna be saying, what are you talking about? What case? You dig? Because it never happened if they was crooked bastards and I was able to get a full expungement off of it. So then, so I'm really happy about that. I'm very elated about that. It would be a good descriptive word for how I'm feeling right now. So that was a plus. Seeing this Asian eagle this morning was a definite plus. And well, when it comes to that damn jaguar arundi cat, well, that's just hopeful wishing. Yeah, you don't want to hear all of that nonsense. It's a nonsense. There's a lot to it, but there is a madness to my plan, and I'm very happy because this is really like the first step in accomplishing everything I need to do pretty much this year that I want to accomplish, and that's going a long ways. It comes a long ways as far as good news in my direction. But I'm not a guy that's got a crap load of money, so it's going to take me about 2 months to pay them off, 2 more months. And then they go handle it for me. And then, so within 3 months, I should be clear and free on all of that. And then after that, I turn around and take care of my other case that I want to settle. And that'll go a long ways towards helping me with that case, see. So that's a big plus. Big plus. So there's always evil to your madness, right? Or madness to your evil. I don't know how to explain that. Well, in my case, it's I got a good plan for the goodness to succeed instead of the evil. How about that? Can I put it that way for a change? So all good news today for the most part. I'm really happy. God, I'm so excited. I haven't even told my girlfriend yet. She don't even know. I sent her a little text message about it, but she'll be happy to hear that, and then that's going to go through. She's not going to be happy because if she needs money for anything, she's going to have to wait a few months because my bankroll is going to be going towards this. And, I'll tell you what's going to help me out the most is that raise that we just got, being on full disability. The raise by itself is going to pay for this. So basically, I'm going to go for 2 months as though I hadn't gotten my raise yet, but I get this taken care of. So that's a big plus, guys. Big time. I don't know who this is. Let me go take care of this. I guess that was Guinea Gigi because they didn't answer the phone. Anyway, so everything's going good on my end. I just wanted to go live and kind of give everybody the good news that I'm real happy. And the good news all day long has come my way right now. I don't know. Is it the time of year? Is this written in the stars? Is that how that works? People say, certain months you do, you do good. Certain months you don't. And if you're not a prophet in your city, well, you might be a prophet everywhere else. I don't know about all of that. But I just feel really happy. I'm really, really happy. I lost my case with trying to go against the grain over my truck being totaled out. So I do want to see, I'll be able to lobby. That's another thing. When you don't have any felonies on your record, you can lobby the state to change laws back to the way they should be, or to change a law into something good. I know the Swedish people came here really lobbied and screwed up a lot of our laws throughout the years. I caught them red-handed doing that, by the way. I farted on them in a damn elevator one time, and it was great. I tell you, the greatest time did I ever cut one hell of a great fart was in that elevator. It was in that elevator, and that was back in 1994. And let's just say that raw eggs would have been very welcomed over that sumbitch I cut that day. And the Swedish, I don't know what laws they were fighting to change, but when I farted and the guy was gagging, I mean, those people were gagging. You got one little small elevator full of freaking people. There was like 12 people packed into that sumbitch like sardines. And I cut what is quite possibly the world's worst fart that I've ever cut in my entire life was on that elevator. And I knew it was going to stink. So before I farted, I just kind of did like this. And I held my damn breath as long as I could. I was able to hold my breath until the doors opened, and I got out of that thing. And they had to push me out of the way because on purposely I wasn't moving. I was just sitting there laughing at them because I could still hold my breath. And they was all dumb enough that the one guy that held his breath other than me, he got a good whiff right as the doors opened. He couldn't hold it any longer. And but he's the one that pushed me out from behind. He pushed me out the door. So I got out the door and I caught my breath and caught a little bit of something foul. And I walked down the hallway the other way, and they all was walking into this office. So they all went the other way in the hallway. So they came out and went that way. And I came out and went the opposite way, just about, about 15 feet, 20 feet. and they was carrying it with them going that way. And even it was so bad that the secretary was gagging. And the secretary was about 40 feet from that damn elevator. And they carried that far from inside that elevator all the way to inside the office, because I could hear whoever it was inside the office complaining about how disgusting and foul it was that one of them son bitches would dare walk into a meeting and the first thing through the door that they would cut a fart. Oh, they was all taking up for him. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was this foul son bitch out there that we don't know who he is, but he farted all over us in the elevator. Fuck you, goddamn Swedish bastards! Come here, fucking up our laws. All I remember is them talking about they probably deserved it after being over here fucking up our laws against people. And so I do know that lobbying goes a long way, no matter how you do it, towards laws. So I'm going to lobby to have a few laws changed here in the United States in favor of the people. You dig? The way it's supposed to be. So really, y'all might not have realized this, but that's been my goal the whole time. Get the damn stupid charge off my record, where they had zero evidence and the judge was allowed to take me to court married to the fucking DA. Fuck you, motherfuckers, allow that shit. They should have been prosecuted. And for doing that, right? So I'll be glad when that gets off of there, because all it does is it clears me up to be able to lobby the state, even though I've already been very successful in everything that I've lobbied the state for so far, including having Greg Abbott sign off on a $4.8 billion bill to continue the wall being built. I was the one that did that, and y'all saw me do that live stream, and within 5 days, on the 5th day after I called him and got to talk to his wife, he signed that bill, didn't he? You damn Skippy. So just think of how much more I can do with a clean record. Damn it. Now we're talking, baby. Now we're talking. So I'll be able to continuously lobby the government throughout the rest of my life, trying to get certain laws changed that I know need to be changed. I don't know how they got changed the way that they are. It's so ridiculous. It's like, are you kidding me? And on one particular law, the way it's written, I think I could sue them because it's written in the Constitution and not supposed to be damn law. But I don't care about that. I just want to correct the damn law. That's my objective right there. Somebody wasn't that smart, blew his head off with his own gun. How does that happen, Bob? Tell me. I don't know who you're talking about, John. What are you talking about? Who are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Can you enlighten me a little bit more here? There's a link, Big John. My gargling cooters. From this catering guy here. I guess I haven't gargled it yet, but I haven't thought about gargling beer like anytime lately. Trying to think if I've ever had gargled beer. I think I did about 16 years ago. I was at this friend of mine's house, and they were having some kind of Mexican festival party. They invited me and my wife over. We went, and we were sitting around a campfire out back, and I don't know. One guy gargled a beer, and another guy looked at him and looked at me, and he took a swig of beer and he gargled it, and he gulped it down, and they looked at me like it's my turn. And so I just thought, well, I guess it's my turn. So I gargled the damn beer, and then I swallowed. And I looked at the next guy, and all three of us are looking at him like it's his turn. And then he did it, and so on and so on around campfire. It was fucking stupid as fuck. But this shit you do when you're drinking, right? Yeah. It went off and killed your cousin. Something about a loaded gun or something. Oh, you're talking about your cousin here. Hold on. My cousin, him and his friend were tossing a loaded gun back. Oh, okay. Well, that's bad news. Sorry to hear about that. Accidents happen with guns, especially when the parents don't go out of their way to keep them out of the hands of their children. The way I look at that, it's the parents' fault. Number one, the kid should have known better that no matter who tries to ask him to go grab that gun and show it to him, that they better never do that, right? And number two, why are you leaving it so accessible for the kid? That doesn't make any sense to me. It should be locked up in a damn safe or something if you're not at home, where the kid cannot and does not have access to it. And there's no excuse, well, he must have looked over my shoulder, he got the combination. Bullshit. I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. Parents are at fault in that situation. 100%. Doesn't matter what. Parents could take control of their kids, and most parents do, and you don't see that as a problem. So it's unfortunate when those things happen, but they do happen. Oh, it's two grown men. Well, damn, John, if that had happened in my family, I'd be thanking God that he got rid of that fucking set of retards. I gotta tell you, especially one of my brothers, I'd be like, oh, good, he's gone, and who's that friend of his that died too? Fuck it, both of them died? Or just the one? Well, if it's just the one, well, okay. Can you give him some fucking brains before the next go around in life there? I'd be thinking about it like that, to be honest with you. But I don't know, man. It's sad while you're here because you don't want to see that. You don't want to, we don't want to see people go like that. It is sad. But as far as the overall spectrum of things, he'll be back. You'll see him again in the next life, so don't worry about it. But what the hell are they doing playing with a loaded gun, throwing it back and forth? This cuckoo? God damn. They must have wanted to die, is all I could tell you. When you're going to reach up and stop a gun, it's aimed right at your head, and you're going to pull the trigger. That's what he did. He committed suicide. The only difference is there was another guy that threw the gun to him. It's like a Russian roulette kind of game, isn't it? Yeah, that's crazy. No, I would have not been playing that game. Like ever in my entire life. When I was a kid, 14 years old, I would have never played that game. I can't even fathom an adult playing that game. So, no, I wouldn't have any remorse for it. If one of my brothers did that as an adult and they got their head blown off, I'd have laughed. I'd have said, dumb motherfucker, god dang. Well, he's that fucking stupid. You could have him, Lord. Lord would probably, see, here's my problem. God would actually answer me. And he would come back and say, we don't want nobody that fucking stupid up here. He's going back down there. Maybe not in those exact words, but pretty much that's what he would tell me. And I'd be like, ugh, he got to go down there. And I'm going to go up there. And, well, I ain't got a brother no more, I guess. He just blew his brains off. What the fuck you want me to tell you? I don't know. Oh, they're drinking whiskey. Well, that might have something to do with it right there. But I got to tell you, even drinking whiskey, I'm not playing the damn Russian roulette. And I'm not throwing a damn handgun around back and forth. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And if somebody throws a gun at me, I'm not going to, no, I'm not, it's not going to be aimed at me when I go to try to catch it. You dig? That way, if it goes off, it's going to shoot that way. It's not going to shoot this way. Yeah, I don't see any excuse for that guy. I'm sorry, I just don't. Now, if they had some gang pull up at the house with 3 cars and they were starting to, shoot the house, and he's there wherever your guns are at, or his guns, and maybe he just throws you a gun. Yeah, then I can understand that, But you should never catch a gun when it's aimed at you. I mean, just grabbing the gun could cause it to go off. You got to pull the trigger. And so why would you do that? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. But drunk? Oh, no. I'm still not doing it. No, I got too much sense for that. That's like just one of those no-nos. And maybe it's because I grew up hunting that it's just there's certain things that are just a no-no with a gun. But to me, it's common sense. To some people, it's not. If they haven't been around guns, a lot, that kind of thing. So one of the first things one of the first things I'm going to purchase after my case gets all cleared up and all that, 3 months from now, I'm going to go buy a handgun. When I move to Africa, I'm probably just going to give it to somebody for $1. Here, give me $1, you can have this. You can't give it away. You got to get paid for something like that. So why not? Just fuck it. Might give it to one of my best friends I grew up with or something. Here, you can have that, And it's pretty interesting though the way things go down. But I was hearing a lot of negative, like you can't get an expungement and all this. I even had one attorney tell me that. Is he a dumb son of a bitch? 4 other attorneys did tell me that, including a board certified attorney. And so I went and called this law firm up, and they contacted me back, and they said, "Oh, it's guaranteed, 100%. This is qualified for a full expungement." This not now. Some cases don't qualify for that, but they do qualify for non-disclosure, is what they call it. In which case, it's still there, but nobody sees it. It's a way of restoring your right to purchase guns, because now they do the background search and there's no felony shows up. But if you ever get in trouble in that fucking county again, or anybody that decides to look you up in that county real close, they're going to find it. And now you can be in a lot of dog shit because you got that dangling over your head. In my case, I'm not even going to have that. All that shit gets thrown in a damn fire pit, so to speak. So I'm very happy about that. But I did have to hire a law firm to go research that for me and to make sure. I didn't want to be spinning my wheels into the damn wind, and it turned out I'm not able to do what I wanted to do. And what can I do with it? That's what I wanted to know. So I just hired a firm to go do this research for me, and I told them, I got no intention of hiring you. I just want to know if this is doable or not. And because I'm hearing 2 different stories here, and so they went back and looked it up, and they said, yeah, not only is it doable, we could do it. And they gave me a price, and I'm like, oh, yeah, we can do it for that price for sure. Because the other prices I've been getting is a lot higher than that. So I was really happy about that. But also what reduces my price tremendously is the fact that I am on full disability. And so I don't have to pay any court fees or any of that, whatever all of that consists of. I don't have to pay that. So the $460, $480, $500, whatever it is, on top of what I'm paying the law firm, I don't have to pay that. So that's great. So we were talking about that, and I was like, yeah, I got my letter on the way right now. It's already been put in the mail. I'm just waiting to get it. And if I don't get it, in the next 2 or 3 weeks kind of thing, I'll drive down there and get it, on a couple of copies, and I'll send you guys a copy of that. Acceptance letter or whatever it's called. You got to have that when you're on disability. I got one around here somewhere. I'll just, there's no sense in sending it to them until I go to make a payment on them taking care of this for me. That makes there's no hurry in it. I got like 2 months to send them a copy. I'm not going to wait that long, but yeah, they'll have everything going already. And then I just got 2 more payments to make. And then within that third month, they should be able to get it in court and get it taken care of. If not, it's just a matter of waiting to get it before that judge in that courtroom. And it won't take long. It's kind of a open and shut deal. So it's like they just need a little time slot so they can jump in there and say, yeah, Your Honor, we're looking for expungement on this, blah, 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 blah. There's the facts, there's this, there's that. Okay, it's done. Bye. It's basically just a formality, getting the judge to sign off on it. Now, he don't have to sign off on it, but I could sue the fuck out of this state if he don't. And he could actually have to step down as a judge if he don't. I've already looked up. See, I got to look up all this shit because that judge don't like me. I don't like him either. So if he don't do it, I'll fuck his life up. He'll have to retire a fucked up piece of shit little bitch, so to speak, because I'll fuck it up. But I don't think it's going to come to that because according to these guys, kind of an open and shut deal. So, and I'm hoping he don't hate me that much because I don't hate him that much. I just don't like him. I really don't like him, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out, right? Future of this country, hold you, Bob. I'm 36 years old. Tell me your honest opinion. I thought you were Johnny B. You're John B. I don't know. Maybe you're not Johnny Bolton. I thought you were Johnny Bolton. It's a big guy. Lives up north there. Somewhere in Indiana, I think, or the state above it or some shit over there. Anyway. The future of this country could go a lot of directions. It depends on how the people vote. If people keep suckering and going to these stupid rallies and getting felonies put on their ass and having to serve time for being stupid enough to go to these stupid rallies, well, then, you're looking at a lot of problems. I do like the fact that the Democrats wanted to show their big ass off, if you will, and they're going around prosecuting the people that showed up at the White House that day. Because the funniest part about that entire thing is the entire damn thing was put on by Democrat fake ass patriots. I had exposed every single one of them bastards. So now that they're going to jail, it's like they're sending their own people that were out there on the streets battling for them to jail. What could be better than that? So that's a big, huge, major plus for conservatives in this country. They're fucking themselves. They're fighting themselves. And for what purpose? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense here except for the people in elected office are so stupid that they do not know that those other people on the ground were supported by the Council on American Islamic Relations helping them by pretending to be fake patriots. Well, they're all going to fucking jail or going to jail. In reference to the group that used to exist, and I will say it that way because they don't really exist anymore. They're more of a pipe dream anymore. Okay, people march with them to try to pretend like, yeah, we're patriots and blah, 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 but they're fucking Proud Boys. I did a lot of videos, 3 in particular, that proved pretty much that it was these Proud Boys that were dressing up as Antifa and throwing the rocks and the eggs and all that bottles and all of that at the conservative Republicans that were going into these speeches. And then they were turning around saying, hey, we're good. Sorry about that. I got a little cough today. They were talking about, we're going to protect you. So that gave them an excuse to hold this big old freaking rally and pretend to be patriots. Nobody believed me, but guess what? I was proven right 1,000% when they started getting arrested, taken to court. They all got felonies on their records for doing exactly what I told you some bitches they were doing. And all of them deported. There's been over 90%, way over 90%. It's close to around 96%. That have been prosecuted for felonies and deported, never allowed to return back to the United States. again. So I was 100% right in everything that I did those videos on back in the day. And I don't give a damn. Now, believe me or not, it came out to be the fruition, didn't it? And I think one of the biggest videos I ever did that may have had a clue on the case was to go after the ringleader. And that's what the FBI did. The FBI went after the ringleader, and they got a bunch of charges on him doing exactly what I just told you. They took him to court, and then they grabbed the case and held it and dangled it in front of him and said, we can prosecute you for this, or you can cooperate with us by being our little snitch bitch. And he's like, how many years am I going to get in prison? 10? 20? Fuck you, what do you want to know? So he was ratting out all of them bastards. And, no, there you go. Oh, I can't get that ladder up here and turn this bin off again. Somebody fucking turn the air on. So anyway, groups like that, they just don't exist anymore. Some of the Proud Boys have always been frauds, Johnny B. There was 3 Democrats that started that group up. And then the first time you saw them marching down through that California street, and there was 10 of them, the other 7 were from Germany in particular. 5 of them were from Germany, and the other 2 was one from France, and 1 from Spain, and they're all skinhead groups. And the reason they were creating all of their groups in every single country was for the money. They sucker people in there to join their groups, and then they start charging them dues to be a leader in the group. That's how all those groups work. It's a big money gambit. And they were collecting donations from patriot people pretending to be patriots. And guess who else was heavily involved in helping them out? Alex Jones of Free Speech Systems, which is 1,000% left wing. Got nothing to do with helping the right wing. You think the Bronfman family is conservative? You're so stupid. If you put a gun to your fucking ear and pulled the trigger, the bullet would go out the other ear, and you would still be standing there smiling and talking like it didn't do a fucking thing because you ain't got no brains. See? That's how stupid you are in real life. So if you don't know that about Free Speech Systems hired Team Hate to go after me, $500 a piece. And now all them motherfuckers are facing federal charges. Because I went in and researched them, and there you go. And I'm done with that, though. That's between them and the police at this point. As long as they leave me alone, I'm good. I'm happy with that. But, you know, and some of them might have had good intentions that got caught up in this shit. So most of those people, I got no intention of going after. Christina's one of them, and her husband, I know exactly who he is, too, and what he looks like and all of that. But some people have good intentions. They just get caught up with the wrong crowd who convince them of things that don't really exist. Does that make sense? So I'm not a vengeful guy like that, guys. I don't hold the fucking grudge and all of that. There's no sense in it. I'd rather just let bygones be bygones and we move forward with a lesson learned, right? What happened to that Rob Dehaven guy? He got skin cancer on his forehead, and if this last treatment didn't work out, it's supposed to go to stage 3. But before that, even he'd already backed out of coming after me, so I, just left him alone. Thought it was funny when I told some people off. Yeah, I've been known to do a few of those. I don't hate Rob Dehaven. See, that's another misnomer. I don't hate Rob Dehaven. There's absolutely not hardly anything I like about the guy. That's the problem. Rob Dehaven. And he far crossed the legal line coming after me. And he did that trying to save his own ass because, well, all he did was show his ass, right? In more ways than one, doing the gay strip dancing and all that shit. But he's fine, he left me alone, and hey, I found out he's gay, but that's his business. I mean, it ain't got nothing to do with me. If you want to take a cock up your tailpipe, does it? That ain't got nothing to do with me. See? So that's y'all's business out there for you tailpipe lovers. Yeah. You know, some of them tailpipes are doing the riding. It ain't the other way around, right? Motherfucker, I'm going to get butt fucked by you. I can see a guy now beating a guy up, knocking him out, and the guy waking up, and this guy's pounding up and down on him. And he's like, what the fuck? Right? Boy, you gay now because you done butt fucked me. What the fuck? But there are some freaky do weirdos like that out there, okay? I happened to run into a group of these people, and they decided to get paid and come stop me. That's all. Yeah, I hope the best for Rob. I hope he didn't go into stage 3, and I hope he's going to be okay. I really do. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to reach him dead, but I mean, if he dies, well, Rob knows I'm going to go buy a 12-pack of beer and celebrate and be like, yeah, that was one stupid motherfucker right there. Thank you guys for taking him, by the way. I mean, I'm going to absolutely celebrate, right? But I'm going to start it out with, maybe I get these, I got some eye drops over here. I could, look, put eye drops in my eyes, and I'm going to start the video, and my head's going to be held back, and I'm going to go, and the tears will be running down with the fake eye drops, and I'm going to pretend I'm crying. Oh, goddamn, Rob Dehaven, he died. He died. Everybody donate money to him, make it easy on him. Just, I don't know, help him. I'm going to do that, I swear to God. And then I'm going to start laughing like, you dumb motherfuckers. I couldn't cry about that cocksucker dying if he burned to death. You dig? I mean, it doesn't matter to me one way or the other if Rob dies, I see that as a good thing for society. See, that's the problem I got here. On the other hand, I don't hate him, and I guess maybe I can't think of a reason on earth, but I'm sure there's a reason out there why, you know, it would be a bad thing for him to die of stage 3 cancer. But outside of a human being suffering for going through that death for you know, months or whatever, I can't think of a reason. I just can't. Sorry, but fuck, if he died, that would be a good thing, right? I just said, well, what do you want me to tell you? Yeah, you got the picture, Johnny B or John B. I mean, it's just funny stuff, guys. You know, these guys, they go after people, and then they think, well, everybody gonna feel sorry for them when they're dying of cancer. Yeah, no, I don't. I did. He does have it though. I caught him. He hit the wrong button when he came in Dumpster Rick, one of his live streams, and his head was so huge it looked like a damn balloon. And then when he went live, he goes, oh, hit the wrong button, and he clicked something, and then it took his face off. I didn't have time to get a screenshot, or I would have got a screenshot of that shit. You bet your ass. Because as soon as I seen him, my hand was already in motion to get the screenshot. Like, oh, God dang it. I mean, he got rid of it quick. But he literally looked like a balloon head. Like his head was big enough to fit on a 10-foot giant. But it made his body look little bitty tiny because his head was that damn big. Like he looked like a bobble-headed little bitch or something kind of thing. So I felt sorry for him because of that. I mean, it is on his head, and they juiced him up so much radiation that even his bones in his head must be out like this. I mean, it's just blue, you know. Was he really a pedo? I don't want to get into all of that, really, guy. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into all that negative content. I joke around about certain things to a certain point, but, you know, look, come on. And I don't want to talk bad about any of the team hate. They're dealing with a lot of their own troubles right now. They don't need me breathing down their back. Even 3 months from now, when they ain't got jack diddly squat on me, they don't need me breathing down their back. And also, I look at it this way. If they could possibly enjoy the rest of their lives, you know, in their retirement years, well, that would be good for them. Because I know I am, and they're not going to stop me. They're not going to do a damn thing, except for, you know, if they want to get in trouble with the law, then they're going to. That's between the law and them. That's the way I see that. So I don't want to get into too much all of that. You know, talking about them, and then they're going to get mad and come talk against me, and then, oh, God dang, it's shit hits the fan again and again and again, and, you know, it just gets really bad. It's not even worth the effort. So I'll just say this, that I'm not worried about her from this point moving forward, and I'm very excited about things coming my way. I know 2 of them have had their records expunged. 2 of them. Not a complete expungement. In both of their cases, they had a non-disclosure done. I do not know why they could not get a full expungement unless they just decided not to pay that much, because if they do a non-disclosure, it restores your gun rights and it takes care of nobody will even know it was there if they run a background check. But I do know in at least 2 of their cases where they got expungements that was the case, because, well, the police were reading back their record to me. Shit, I didn't even know. You dig? And not on purpose. I mean, they was doing it to make sure we were talking about the same person, so to speak. And I'm sitting here going, wait a minute, that guy was born where? I got that address. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, shit, I didn't know he was born right there. Huh. Yeah, that kind of shit. So, like, I just tell you, man, the police are hot on their trail. They've had enough of y'all's BS here and in the states that you live in, too, except for that one guy, because his family runs that fucking police department. Unless they get enough of him and run him out. I don't know what to tell you there, but he's dying of cancer. His name's Rob Dehaven. And so I don't know. Was the dance on Wendy's, is that going to be the last dance he ever does? Or is he going to go live streaming with that big old balloon head of his and do another little gay jigaboo dance there or whatever? I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know. Well, we hope not. Your last statement there, so I'll put it that way. We hope not. Not everybody that's guilty of stuff has been taken to court for it, let alone arrested or prosecuted for it. And some people have gotten away with some very bad things. I have learned that through this process. It's unfortunate that it takes somebody like me to be stalked by a bunch of no good stalking group of people that I have to go look up stuff on them to find out that they got a very, very, very dark history. And I thought that's what we paid the FBI for, to be able to find these people like that, you know, but that's not always the case. So, oh, there you go. I don't know what to tell you. So right now, all I'm worried about is what's coming my way as far as what I can do to take care of myself as far as any legalities are concerned. And things are looking really bright in that direction. And on the other direction, what I am involved into doing the bird watching and hoping to see that Jaguar Rundi so I can get him in a live stream is looking pretty good. And I got the Asian black eagle that I have now seen twice. One time I was so close to him that I was able to go find his picture and send it to the local bird people just to let them know that's the bird I seen. And they said that bird does not exist in the United States. And if I saw that bird, he's definitely the black eagle from South Asia. And what he's doing here, hey, I guess he wanted to go on a field trip. How did he get here? Well, a lot of birds, they hitch a ride on these boats. You know, and then when the boats slow down or if they whatever, then they get up, go through the air and dip some food out of the ocean, and then they get back on a boat or another boat and they just keep riding these boats. And birds nowadays get around all over the world. And so it's not really it shouldn't be that big a surprise that that bird is right here. But I'm ecstatic about it because I stand a real good chance of being the first American to get one of those things in a live stream right here in the United States. Hell, if I can just get a picture of him, I'm happy. Because it will prove that that bird does live here. And he does not have that long beak that those raptors do, those vultures, the Texas black vulture. He definitely does not have that beak. He's got that beak that's like this. It's the hook beak and reminiscent of an eagle. The black vultures don't have that kind of beak. Their beak starts to turn, and then right here, then it goes straight out and down like that. So it's a much longer beak overall. And they say the reason it's designed that way is like a falcon. A falcon's beak is like that. So that when they swoop down real fast on their prey, they don't just have to use their talons to rip a gash in them or break a wing. They can use that beak to break their spinal cord or a wing. And once they land on the ground, they'll land on top of them and, of course, finish them off and then begin to eat them kind of thing. But the Paraquin falcon has a very, very similar beak to that of the Texas black hawk. In fact, they're almost identical, except for in maybe color. But the shape of the beak is exactly the same. They got one of those kind of beaks that the falcon has, a Paraquin falcon. So if you go look up the beak on a Paraquin falcon and you go look up the beak on the Texas black vulture, they're identical beaks, pretty much. It's certain birds have developed certain beaks for certain uses. And certain birds have a certain killing style that's unique to them in such a way that their beaks have evolved in that direction for them to help them do what it is they need to do, I guess. Like a falcon, his nose is such that it limits the amount of airflow that could go through his nose. So when he's diving at 200 mile an hour down towards the ground, it don't shoot up into the sinuses and then kill him. So he has a unique nose and a unique beak. The golden falcon is the exact same way because the golden falcon can dive close to 300 miles an hour, but he can fly straight at 200 miles per hour or close to it, like 198 most of them. And that's incredible speed. I mean, you can get into a 6-cylinder Mustang and that damn golden eagle will outrun your ass. In fact, you can get into a 350 Mustang and that damn eagle will outrun your ass. That's gotta suck. Only your top end type of cars that can do, like 260 and 220 even, is what it would take to outrun a golden eagle. So I don't know much anything about this Asian black eagle other than he's pretty cool looking, man. I told y'all when I first seen him. I described him. I said, but the bird looks like a badass. I just had never seen one before. And I don't think anybody else in the United States has seen that bird besides me. And to be honest with you, I don't think I'm the only one, but I'm the only one that realized that this bird does not belong here normally. He's not a bird that's from this area. So I'm the only one that I know of or anybody's heard of around here that took the time to look up and find out what kind of predatory bird this was. And I found it. And it was exactly as I described it. And I sent that picture to the bird watching people out here and they were surprised. They were like, oh, you did find that bird. Wow, check that. Because he remembers me talking about this bird when I first told him about the Jaguar Arundi. See, and I sent him the picture, and he's like, yeah, if you could definitely get a picture of that, that'd be awesome. Because now we got another bird that exists and lives right here in Hidalgo County, Texas, that is new to us. It ain't new to them Asian people, but it's new to us. And I just think that's pretty cool stuff. I don't know if you guys, a lot of y'all might not be into that, but anytime you can be involved in proving that a bird in Asia exists right here now, or migrated here and exists here now, I just think that's a pretty cool hobby, to be able to be involved with that kind of thing. So, but no, I do hope the best for everybody in general. I hope I was wrong about some things that are bad things, and if not, well, I hope those people, they get their punishment for their crime, so to speak. Because some of it's really bad, and that's why I wanted to wash my hands with it. I'm done with that stuff. It's, but now I just concentrate on the birds for the most part. And this Jaguar Rundi, I keep looking out for him, but I haven't seen him since. Maybe he just don't like me. I don't know. Oh, and for the first time in my life, y'all probably never heard about this bird. You can Google it right now when I tell you what the bird is. It's called the cat bird, and it makes a cat sound, just like meow, meow. Swear to God, I heard this freaking thing this morning. I'm looking over at these clump of trees because he's in there somewhere. Then he must have flew over here behind these small clump of trees behind the house. So I'm looking over there. I can't see him. Ah, screw it. I'm looking at the sky for some bigger. I thought it was a cat. And then next thing I know, I hear him the complete opposite direction off here to the side of the house going back south. And I heard it. And then a little bit further out where the big clump of trees are out there, I heard him out there. And I was like, what the fuck is that can move that damn fast? So I looked it up just out of curiosity. Is that a bird? And so I Googled what kind of bird makes a cat sound. And it came back that kind of bird, and that kind of bird does exist down here. And I was like, what? I swear to God, there is a such thing called a cat bird that makes a meow sound. It sounds just like a cat. It had me fooled. I thought it was a cat. Either it was a domesticated cat, a big one, or it was that Jaguar Rundi. So I gave him a few meows back at him. And no, it's the cat bird. Isn't that something? So that's another plus for today. I got to discover a new bird down here that I did not even know existed. And most of you probably don't either until you go look it up right now and you're Googling and you're like, oh, check that out. Bob, what bullshit. And they even got the sound of this thing on YouTube. You can, or like you can just Google what they sound like. And you can listen to it and you'll be like, damn, that is sounding like a cat. They said just like a cat. They actually go meow, just like that. I swear to God. Like they got a mouth, and they probably do inside that beat. But I was thinking this morning, like, I just saw an Asian eagle. It's not supposed to exist here. And then I'm hearing this damn bird that sounds like a cat. I must be fucking losing it. I'm going crazy. But it turns out I'm not going crazy because that bird does exist. In fact, both birds exist. And so, I don't know. It's pretty cool, right, guys? Yeah. And I was able to get my girlfriend a new cell phone just like mine. She got the Rebel Pro 6 also. And let me tell you, when we talk, the connection is a lot better. A lot better. She had the same phone as my last phone. And it's not as good as this phone. And so our connection is just 10 times better all over again. But the video quality, is just is so good in compared to what it was before. Both with her eyes looking at the phone and with me being able to see her back. Tremendously good quality. I definitely highly recommend the Rebel 6 Pro. This is a really good phone. I got no complaints about that at all. No phones are perfect, but overall, this is the best phone I've ever owned. And in terms of overall quality is concerned. Connection to the internet, that sort of thing is really good. There are better phones out there. the guy that runs this place has got a better phone than this one. But this is nonetheless is a top of the line phone. In fact, he was the one who was looking up, telling me about this screen. It don't crack; it just get a little dink in it if it were to drop and the screen hit a rock. It just get a little bitty, tiny little dink right there where it made contact with the rock, but it will not shatter. It's got that tamper-proof window in it, or whatever the screen. That's called screen. It is a window, by the way. But I thought, wow, really? I didn't know that. Damn, that's cool. And I went and looked it up, and I went back and told him, I said, yeah, you're right about screen on this phone. He's a smart guy. He heard what kind of phone I had. He must have Googled it right away. And he already knew more about this phone than I did. And he was even saying it was a good phone, from what he could tell. And it is. It's a really good phone. If you're looking at upgrading and getting a new phone, I would suggest you buy one of these phones. I ain't making no money off of none of that, so therefore I must be telling the truth, huh? Anyways, guys, I'm going to run off. Hope you enjoy all the good news about the birds and all of that good stuff and everything. Everybody's happy here. I hope everybody stays happy where you're at, most of all. Sorry about being funny on Mo's show yesterday, but let me tell you, that guy deserved it, okay? He been deserving it. That guy, he just can't let things go that's 5 years old. It was about nothing. You want to talk about a vindictive son of a bitch? That's Mo reached up. So I want to give a shout out to Dumpster Rick, though. He didn't block me over there on his channel, even though I talked a little smack to him. I thought it was funny. But I don't know. For the amount of time I was given over there, I think I did good. So I don't know. I don't even hate Mo. Is that sad? Now, a lot of them other fake patriots were surrounding him. I don't think are good people. But I haven't gone after them in a long time. I know a lot of those guys, they spent 10 years in prison for different things, and they were involved in some bad things back in the day. And I can understand they come out of prison and they want to make a new life for themselves. And they see stars and doing this live streaming and think, well, they can make money doing that. Some of them did. That Patriot Prayer guy, fresh out of prison, 10.5 years, gay as hell. Come off being a straight preacher to everybody, right? Oh, did I tear him up on that one? But even after the truth came out about him, the fact that he admitted to everything is what saved him in that business for several years after that. And so what's the lesson there? It's better to be honest than deceptive about things. That's what the lesson is there about that. And, a lot of people are learning that lesson as we go, I think. Because people are always going to have a little bit more respect, not a whole lot more respect for you if you're honest with them instead of being deceitful. That's why. And it always stands to be true. But all of those groups, the Vanguard group, that group with the dude with the one patch on his eye, came out of military talking about how he was too close to the end of the gun when it went off and it messed up his eye. Well, that's his own damn fault for being that damn stupid. And plus, he's a Democrat. Why is he always pretending to be for the right? I never understood that. Well, his group, thanks to me again, poor guy, he's been losing a lot of lawsuits lately. And it was because of research I did on him several years back. It had a big help in that, with being able to provide information to people that needed it. And so it's not just Alex Jones that was brought down like that. It was also that guy. I don't even want to talk about those guys. It's so old. The information there is so old. If you want to talk about any of these other groups, Vanguard or any of those skinhead groups, yeah, I know about all of them. I researched all of them back in the day. So the old 69ers of Australia, and what was those signs for? Well, you know what that's about, don't you? when two guys go and get an identical 69 tattoo on their right arm or their left arm. Hello, Tinkerbell. So we know what that's all about, guys. So that came out pretty quick. I guess I could give props up to Rob Dehaven on that one, because at that time he was actually helping me, and I don't know what was motivating him to do that, but he did come out with some actually good information on that for me back in the day that was actually very useful. All of those groups, for the most part, have been brought down, or only 2 or 3 people exist that make up the group, like 5, less than 10 people, all of them. And so most of those groups are just trumped up bunch of BS groups there to try to sway politics. And that's all that they ever were to begin with. But people didn't know that. A lot of people were joining these groups like the Proud Boys or Vanguard and all these other groups. And now you see that they really were about nothing. And most of them weren't even American when they were here. But you also see the extent of their network, that it goes to New Zealand. They had that Muslim mosque shot up. That was a bad thing. And then they went and they did that just for the sole purpose of getting stricter gun laws in New Zealand, which they did as a result of that. And I tried doing videos, hey, people need to wake up in New Zealand and not let them people use that for that purpose, but they did. Another screw up by people, right? Sucker for that kind of BS. That BS was set up by the very Democratic politicians that are running New Zealand to this day. And I even showed you all of that. Who was paying who and what nonprofit money went where, all of that. But people didn't pay attention, right? So there you go. Prime example where they did not pay attention. So then they went over to Australia. Kyle Chapman did. And he was the guy that started up the Skinheads group in New Zealand, went to Australia. Then he went up into Canada. They hired him to help McGuinness up there in, the dildo lover of Canada. You can actually Google that. And the name McGuinness will come up, because there you go. Read all about it, folks. I hear time and time again when I tell people to Google that, they come back amazed at all the crap that this guy did on live stream TV. He's a pretty disgusting guy. He's another Fruit Loop sissy bitch. But anyway, it is what it is. And so him being a little Fruit Loop sissy bitch, he went and hired Kyle Chapman, or he, through the chains, asked Vanguard Bank again, was sponsoring his organization. And they went and got, because they had hired him to start up these other neo-Nazi groups, and they brought him to Canada, and he helped them with the Proud Boys there. And then McGuinness, him and a transgender person from South Africa came to the United States, and everybody thought Kyle Chapman, that was his girlfriend. But his girlfriend was not a girl. She was born a guy from South Africa. But because I was the only one exposed to that son of a bitch about all of that nonsense that he was doing to spread the hate and discontent, that transgender called me 3 fucking times on my live stream and gave me 2 interviews, telling everybody I was right about that shit back then. So we could talk about all these little groups and all these little things that I've done or I know about or be involved with. And it's just that, the thing is, there's so many people out there doing that now that we don't need that from me anymore. So that's why I'm not involved in any of that anymore. Plus, there's no big election at stake here and people interfering with our election here like they were. So not to that degree. So I'm not worried about doing any of that stuff. I haven't been involved with it in years. I think that these groups, that because they were outed by me so goddamn bad and they're billionaires, that their pride was hurt. Their little bitty old pride was hurt. That this guy, who's a retired guy on social disability, was able to find all that information and expose them. Like, that's the guy that farted up the wind. He's the one you want to beat the hell out of, not me. I'm downwind. How could I fart and you smell it? It was that guy over there. They didn't like that, right? So, of course, they want vengeance. So for one of them to hire a group of people to come after me, that's no big surprise. I'm surprised about how good that they were at doing it. But now it's a downhill slide for them no matter which way they turn. So I just don't worry about it anymore. You dig? So anyways, guys, to everybody out there, I hope you a blessed day. I hope you a good day. If you got cancer, I hope it gets healed. Maybe if you turn to God and pray your little panties off, maybe he'll forgive you and take care of your cancer. Maybe not. But peace out and God bless anyway. How about that? Hell, if I know I had cancer, I'd be a drunk every single day. And I wouldn't give a damn what you said about it. Liquor, beer, hell, I'd pull a damn, what's his name with the big old softball piece of his gut sticking out, called a tumor. And what's that guy's name? The Brain. If I was the Brain, I'll be, or if I wasn't, I'll be acting like the Brain. I would have 5 bottles of wine. Good. Well, I'll be drinking that shit all day long. And I just wouldn't care what anybody said about it because I'm dying, right? Who cares what you think? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you I'd do in that situation, but I would definitely, that would be the one time I would go buy a little bitty trailer somewhere. And that way I ain't got no rent payment or nothing. And I'll spend all of my money on booze and I'd drink myself to death. I'd rather the alcohol take me before that damn cancer. I don't know. It's just me. So I might just fall on a sword or something. I do it live stream, right? I want to make sure everybody knows this ain't no murder, and that I am doing this myself, but I'm dying of cancer, guys, so bye-bye. And I'd jump off the fucking roof of a building and land on that sword and it just go right off through me. Right out the back of my spinal cord. I might do something like that if I had cancer. But I damn sure I don't think I could let the cancer take me. I just don't. I mean, I'd have to, jump out in front of an 18-wheeler truck off the overpasses like all them numbnuts have been doing the past 17 years. Yeah, I'd rather have my head squashed by the front tire of an 18-wheeler truck than to die a slow, agonizing death of cancer. So what do you want me to tell you guys? I do feel sorry for Rob on that end because I hate to see people suffer to death like that. That's just inhuman in a way, right? But I don't know. Maybe some people just want to hold on to every last grasping breath, useless breath of their meaningless lives, because at that point your life is meaningless, in my opinion, unless you go live stream, jump off a house, land on that sword, baby, right through the heart. And then you went out like a man. Hell, even I couldn't say anything about that except for, damn. Hell, I gotta go buy some beer and we gotta say cheers to that son bitch. He has some balls. Right? All right, guys, peace out. Hey, don't take everything I say that damn serious in the heart, okay? And just because you all see me doing things, making certain calls, that don't mean I'm not spoofing your ass with fake pranksters out there. I got friends help me out too, see? Yeah, think about that for a minute. But do consider this. Don't be out there breaking the law. Just be good to one another. You'll go further in life that way. I could promise you that.